I'm sorry I'm gonna have to kill you, but I think we've learned a lot today. Today's video, we're going to be checking out the NECA Toys Ash vs. the Evil Dead Possessed Ashy Slashy prop replica. Every day can be a demented play day with your very own possessed Ashy Slashy from Season 2 of Ash vs. the Evil Dead. Deciding before we delve deeper into this demonic doll, I'm here all night, we're going to first figure out how tall Ashy Slashy stands. To no surprise, maybe a surprise to you because you haven't seen it yet, the doll stands exactly 16 inches in height, or if you want to switch that over to centimeters, you're looking at 40.6 centimeters in height. While Ashy Slashy may not come included with a little bedpan, that would be a fun, delightful thing for him to come included with. What he does, however, come included with is the very thing that's keeping him standing straight up. No, he's not possessed, not that I'm aware of at least, but what he does come included with, that NECA has included, so we just slide this out, it comes with a cardboard tube. Yes, this certainly aids with keeping Ashy Slashy more upright. Granted, still, you could accomplish the same feat, even though this one has no feet, by sitting him sort of on his upper torso. But what you ultimately then do lose is you lose a little bit of the lower leg of his pants. So if you are not somebody that's going to be displaying this on their hand 24/7, I'd like to see that be the case. They do include a cardboard tube. Not really too much overly complicated, a rather simplistic looking tube, but it certainly serves what purpose it needs to. Simply slide the tube up this satanic creature, just like so. You have to kind of get it around the pant leg, there we go, and then slide it right up into his head. Now you've got something that at least allows you to display the puppet when you're not sporting it on these. These would be your hands. The trade-off, unfortunately, though, is when you are not displaying him on this hand, the mouth tends to be always open. You can sort of rectify that by pushing the head down, and to some extent it does close the mouth, but it stays rather more open than it does stay closed. Let's go ahead and slide the tube off. We'll put that right over there. And have a look at Ashy Slashy. Now this would be the more possessed version of Ashy Slashy. The non-possessed, if you will, one that does not take kindly to be calling a Muppet, does not actually have the white eyes. Instead they were black eyes, if you remember in the episode, and of course did not have the fangs. Of course he reared his ugly head and of course revealed all these fangs and these very piercing button white eyes. Again, nice representation of how he looked from the episode itself. To slide this into your hand, simply just take your hand and slide it in place like so, and you've got yourself a fully functional, fully working puppet. Now, this part right here is a softer plastic as well as up here. So essentially what you'd be looking at is almost like a duck bill. The back, however, of the puppet is more softer. It's just a soft kind of felt material. Now, while you're also, of course, gesturing with the mouth using your own hand, he does have articulation also in the arms. It's hard to describe the articulation because it doesn't quite feel like a wire frame. In fact, you can kind of hear, maybe putting it close to the camera, you can almost hear like little crinking, little clicking noises inside. I think what it is it's a long, probably plastic strip that's on individual segmented ball joints, basically allowing you to not only bend it, but also retain the articulation. That also works on this side as well, on the other hand. And this is the hand that, of course, is sporting the chainsaw. Everything on him really is like a felt material, but about on par what you would expect to find from a Muppet. just don't call him a Muppet. Even right down to the chainsaw blades are done here in almost a black felt material. It does really look like a crafter's project, straight from the bowels of hell. And then, of course, for his outfit, he's got the classic Ash outfit, the blue shirt, big, giant, honkin' buttons on the front that have been stitched in there with a bright blue threading. And then also he's got buttons on either side of his pouches right there, a collar, and of course his lower belt. And what would be like his pant area here simply is now being swapped out for the arm of whoever is currently possessing the puppet in hand. Face is, again, really good. It's accurate to how it looked in the show itself, right down to the salt and pepper, or rather more salt than pepper hairstyle. Rather a very full head of hair, and actually a good quality of hair as well. It even has the sideburns on the side there. You can kind of see how everything's sort of stitched together. The teeth are actually about the only thing, I don't want to say feels sharp, but they've added a paint to it. So because of that, the teeth do feel almost a little bit more crinkly. It doesn't feel as soft as, say, everything else that's on the puppet. Even sculpted in there, or stitched in rather, I should say, the tongue there as well. And even stitched the back, a little line in the middle of the tongue, and stitched around there as well. It looks really good. It may not be everything that... I don't think every single horror fan will be wanting to pick it up. Certainly, I think more so fans of the Ash versus the Evil Dead, or really, I guess, fans of Ash or Evil Dead, rather, I should say, would be definitely interested in picking this one up. The benefit as well is also that you've got the posability in the arms. It just gives you a little bit of extra mileage to it as well. I would have been perfectly fine if simply the puppet had only the opening and closing of the mouth, but the icing on the cake as well is that you also have the posability in the arm. And you can really do as everything as you could normally do, say, with an action figure, and even more so you can do with the puppet's arms here. It's a very clever feat. And shy of me just, of course, ripping this open, which I would never want to do, I'd be very curious to see how the inner mechanics work. I feel as if, again, it's probably like a plastic strip, and then you've got like sectional ball joints in between there. I can almost feel like a ball joint, like one right there, one right there, one right there, and then one right there, allowing you full range of motion. And definitely being that it's not wire-framed, you don't run the risk of this actually at one point piercing through the felt of the hand or the faux denim that makes up his shirt here. Ashy Slashy is yet another reminder of how cool Ash vs. the Evil Dead was. Such a good show. It's sad to see that the show has now ended, but we can certainly relive those great memories with great collectibles here from the folks over at NECA Toys. NECA, of course, yes, has been doing 7-inch figures and, of course, the 8-inch retrocloth figures for the longest of times, but it's nice to see that they branched out and they've done something different. Still playing into characters that have made up in the show, but giving us a full-size replica of the Ashy Slashy doll. Now that's pretty cool, I have to admit. If you guys are interested in picking up the possessed Ashy Slashy prop replica for yourself, you should be able to find it in online stores, and most comics book stores will be stocking these as well. Today we were having a look at the Ash vs. the Evil Dead. This was the possessed Ashy Slashy prop replica. A really, really fun piece. If you guys wanted to go back and have a look at some of my other Ash vs. the Evil Dead reviews, all the figures, I should say, there's a playlist on this channel specifically for that. Also, if you are more interested in just NECA as a whole, there's got a NECA playlist there as well, pretty much covering off all the bases, everything that you may want to see on this channel, I've got there for you on playlists. Also, make sure you head over to the main page when you're finished this video and scroll down and see if there's anything you may have missed along the way. I know most reviewers are promoting the whole bell notification, which is good, but I don't feel as if it's still 100% guarantee that new videos that are coming onto our channels are things that you guys are going to be able to see. So 100% guarantee, best way to guarantee you that you're going to see everything is head over to the playlist, head over to the main page, and check out all the videos that way. Gonna have some more NECA reviews coming your way, so certainly stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.